Hello everybody and welcome back once again to the Divinity Guide. So we are... What side are we on here? Is this the west? I think this might be like the west side of the...
I see a trap nearby.
I think this is like the Source Temple area? I'm gonna... That's my guess. Anyway, if I remember correctly, that's kind of where we're at. But, alright, so anyways, there's a switch down here. Obviously we picked this battle, or picked the video up. Previously we did we got jumped by, what was that, some sort of void demon thing there. And then I kind of just walked through the explosive traps here. And I'm just going to light them off, or make them, hopefully, try to explode here so that I don't walk into them. That's my other characters. Okay, so I may have to just detonate them manually. I don't know what the deal is. My wands don't seem to be... I don't know if it's like if it's because of the incline, but okay. we'll just take care of these the easy way.
It never rains, but it pours, hey?
Yeah, and so when I stepped on that one, it didn't seem like it detonated the other one, so that's kind of the issue. There we go. That takes care of that.
To the skin.
How is she still on fire? Guess she wasn't in range for the rain. I guess. Seems strange. That was pretty close, but oh well. Guess it wasn't. Anyways, okay, so we've got kind of some of the shards. Look at that. How did those two not go? You know what? I probably should have just detonated that trap while the oil was still on the ground. That would have at least, you know, set off the works. But oh well. Okay, so this area here, I'm actually just trying to scope out what's inside here. I know there's a Death Knight walking around to the right, so I'll have to be aware of that. And then I don't remember what this switch does over here. Generally, though, if there's a switch, you'll want to step on it, but that one might be that looks like that's a pressure switch, so that's kind of a problem. Well, I guess potentially probably need to throw something onto it. Get it weighted down. Again, I'm not sure exactly what switch that was, or what that was actually for. And then here, if you notice, there's a bunch of these buttons, and only one of them is green right now. That's because that's on the way in. We hit that pressure plate on the ground. And there's obviously, or maybe not obviously, there's 4 of them though. And once we've got all 4 of them activated, we'll be able to stand on that. And there's the Death Knight I was talking about. But you have to be careful here because there is this Sentinel here in the middle. And I don't remember if this Sentinel, I think the Sentinel is what's making the area basically start on fire, or he'll ignite the oil if he spots you. So be aware of that little issue. And then here is another gate that I don't know if I've got the key for this. I guess we're probably gonna check. Nope, locked. Okay, let's check the. Yeah, level 99. Okay. So apparently I don't have the key for this yet either. So as with the gate from the previous video, we will want to teleport through here. And then I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to attack this guy when I was off by myself, but hopefully here I'll just use a teleporter pyramid to join my cronies. There we go. Smart. Sort of. So there, if you notice down at the bottom there, it's green. There's kind of like a green light with the pressure switch that I stepped on earlier. And again, that's that corresponds to that door with the 4 switches on it. So basically, there's kind of like I think it's a north, south, east, and west side to this area. And yeah, this looks like the west.
I see a trap
yeah, I think
nearby.
that's the west side. West side. So we'll have to find obviously the other switches in order to get inside the center area. And the center area's got those creepy looking, I don't know, like they look kind of like hellhounds to me. I don't know. Flaming Dogs of Death. And then there's kind of like a big boss in there too. I don't remember his name, but we'll find out in a bit. But anyways, alright, so we've got some more Death Knights cruising around here, so I'm going to try to at least... Oh, what happened there? Oh yeah, it did work. Nope, it didn't. Okay, so I got jumped from behind by these other Death Knights, so that was not a great way to start out this battle. Really wish I would have got a... Yeah, whatever, the Death Knight invulnerability spell. I wish I would have got that off before the battle started. So the good thing about obviously doing it that way is then you don't have to take your first turn, like making one of the Death Knights not invulnerable, making them vulnerable with the Death Knight spell. So yeah, obviously that's the way I'd say it, or that's the way I would recommend starting off these battles. But I did get the guy the one Death Knight charmed right off the bat. Now that's gonna help a ton. I don't know if I tried that on anybody else, but yeah, like I said, it's a great way to start it off because then they'll just kind of fight amongst each other. Fear failed. Got kind of lucky there. So obviously that's going to be another annoying thing that the Death Knights do is cast fear. But another one of the good things though about having them getting one of them charmed right away is they're immune to fear themselves. So that will be potentially an ally that you can get on your side for a couple of turns, absorb some hits for you, and you know, won't be feared. So he'll be able to potentially deal some damage back. Now, unfortunately, though, I think even if so, like say I got the one Death Knight charmed, and if the other one is still invulnerable, I don't know if he's able to do any damage to it. So you may need to, you know, if you're gonna do this with the charming business, you may need to get him or get the other ones vulnerable first. The other thing that I thought was a little interesting is I believe after a few turns they become invulnerable again. So that can cause some issues if you get into like a really big battle, which was actually kind of potential, or that could have happened to me here. I guess maybe a little bit lucky that I actually cast that invulnerability spell, and the one actually it missed or something, and the other group just kept walking away. All right, how are we doing here? One down, 1.5 to go. It does look like, oh yeah, there we go. I was just gonna say, it does look like they're able to be knocked down, so that can be a pretty big help as well. Oh, and wow, this guy was super... Whoa. Alright, so I decided to just finish him off before the charm broke. And there we go. Okay. So if I remember correctly, most of the Death Knights here in this area drop some fairly high level stuff. So I'm gonna grab this. I don't know that I ever ended up, doing anything with it, but kind of interesting. The Death Knights here also will drop the Tenebrium one, so that may or may not be, I guess that great for you, but for me it was pretty nice, or at least potentially nice. Again, I don't know what the wands actually ended up being, like if they ended up being good or not, but I'm guessing, since I don't really remember, that I didn't end up getting anything that I was real impressed with, but potentially they could have been good. But alright, anyways, we'll keep moving here, and then we'll find this. It's got to be the other group of 3 is, yeah, right here. So this is the group that I originally cast the spell on. And then I didn't get the spell off, it looks like, before the battle started. That's a shame. So had I prepared a little better for this, yeah, it probably would have worked out better. But we'll start. Yeah, wow, started this battle off the exact same way. Made the first one invulnerable, and then cast charm on it. We'll get the second guy. Sorry, not making them invulnerable. We're making them vulnerable. So, oh, and then I went for a second charm. Okay, well, that one failed. That's probably a good thing. I don't know that that would have been that great to have him charmed as well. Because then he probably would have just swung at the third one that was still actually invulnerable. So probably better that it worked out this way. And then, okay, 204 air damage. That's a lot. And alright, so the one is basically almost already dead, and we haven't taken any damage with the main characters yet, so things are looking good. And then I'm not seeing the invulnerability. That guy resisted charm. No. Come on, buddy. Let's just be friends, man. Why can't we be... let's not do that. No one wants to hear that. There we go. Alright. Oh, that guy's still invulnerable. Oh no. I guess not. Okay. I thought that symbol was the invulnerability symbol. Apparently not. Crack. Oh, yes indeed. Okay. Looks like that one dropped a tenebrium crossbow, which meh. I do feel like I didn't get very lucky with the tenebrium weapon. So like, I did a lot of cruising around, talking with the different vendors in the game, and the ones that would sell the tenebrium wands, there was one in Hunter's Edge that. Actually, inside Hunter's Edge, I forget, it's the one orc that's got a bunch of the tenebrium weapons. He oftentimes had wands, but none of them I ever felt like were that great. Like, they just... I think he had a lot of, like, purples, but not the, like... You know, I'm not gonna remember. The one step lower than the yellows. And, again, I can't remember, but, like... yeah, anyway, so he had a lot of those ones, but not, you know, I never saw a legendary tenebrium wand I believe in my entire playthrough, actually. You know, a few, you know, of the either air or fire or water, whatever, you know, the regular 4 wands. A lot of times I found some of those. Yeah, as far as the tenebrium ones go, I didn't, like I said, I didn't really find any that stood out and were like, oh my god, this is like the most amazing weapon in the game, or the best wand I've ever seen. So, again, I don't know if I just got unlucky, or if it's just hard to come across those. Horton is the other really good vendor, though. I don't know, though. No, I don't think he's got, now that I think of it, I don't think he has any tenebrium wands. I don't think I ever saw one on him. But then I think is it Brian at the end of time there at the Trader's Emporium? Oftentimes he would have tenebrium wands. Same thing with him though, was that I don't think I ever saw a yellow one. I think the best I ever saw was the one step down. So again, I don't know what the deal was with that, or if they just figured they were too OP, or I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure why they didn't put more in, but yeah, that's it was kind of a shame, because those tenebrium wands were really excellent. But anyways, so this battle is going to be, actually this is a pretty substantial battle here, and I don't remember if it was the last video or if it was the video before, but at some point here I end up going to I guess it'll be the east of this area. And I ran into one of these little thingies that kind of wander around, and once they spot you, they'll make a beeline for you right away, and they'll explode on you. And if your characters are all traveling together, it's most likely that you're going to get a game over and just die because they one-shot you. And that's actually what happened to me. So I did this battle, and I ended up almost immediately after getting blown up and getting a game over before I saved. So. Don't make the same mistake I did, I guess. This forest is super dangerous. It's one of the more dangerous areas in the entire game. The little dudes that are flying around and kind of suicide bomb you. There is a way to get around that. You can, you know, invis up and then attack them while you're invisible. And I think they die to like one hit, but yeah, it's just if they spot you and then initiate a battle with you, they always get the first turn, I believe. And so the other thing I guess you could do is you could run around with just one character, which is kind of actually what I did eventually here. And we'll obviously see that in probably some of the following videos. But you could run around as one character and just kind of, you know, be the sacrificial lamb, I suppose. But you know, it's really on you how you decide to handle them. But again, I guess I'd say just be on the lookout, because those things are really nasty, and yeah, if you're not careful, they can give you the game over really quickly. But all right, so what do we have here? Looks like there's 4 of these demons, and then was it 2? Only 2 of these spiders. It looks like. My lord. Well, I mean, since your sight's too low there, buddy. Could have been the Mud King, but I guess we just went for a lord. I don't know. How do you have 4 Mud Lords? I don't know how the hierarchy works here in the Mud Kingdom. Oh man, just horrible. All right, anyways. So these the source spiders are a lot like the ones that we saw earlier, if I remember correctly. They look a little bit different, but I think they've got essentially the same abilities where they can, I think they can kind of sneak up on you and then kind of return to where they were at. And then also I think they've got a ranged attack too, so I don't know if I would say that they're more dangerous though than the demon things here though, because these guys are kind of nasty. But I'm trying to get these guys knocked down, but I'm not having much luck here. So I did get that spider knocked down. Oh, and then okay, so this guy inflicted burning on my decapitator, so that's not. Oh, boom! Just once I wanted to see like my decapitators just knock down a bunch of things right in a row, but I don't think it ever happened this playthrough. But alright, so let's try to get this guy finished off first. Yeah, that's that. Alright, next. Alright, what do we got left here? Charm spell. Wow, these guys are really doing a good job against my charm spells here. It's kind of I think this is the most time that I've ever been resisted in a single battle. Actually, I don't know. It's now I don't remember, but I don't know if I actually got a charm off on any of these guys. So that's a bit of a shame. And then so after I got suicide bombed by, you know, whatever those little goofy things are that are flying around, I think I actually avoided this battle for the rest of my playthrough. I just, you know, because like I said, I ended up with the game over, and when I came back through on my return trip, I think I just skipped these guys. Oh, another fail, look at that. Yeah, these guys are like super resistant to charm, obviously. Maybe it's just, you know, magic spells in general. I don't know. And then I don't know what's this symbol on this spider. I don't know if I've ever seen that one. Oh, got this guy knocked down. Eat it, get some, get some. So it always feels like I'm doing a ton of damage with the decapitators, but then I realized that, yeah, it's because it's taking 5 AP a time. Like it better be doing a ton of damage. It's like my wands here only take 3, and I mean depending on who's attacking, especially those Tenebrium wands are doing at least 200 damage with, you know, 1 round of attacks, which is only 3 AP. So, you know, potentially I could be doing a lot more damage. It just, unfortunately, these, you know, there's a lot of resistances in the game, so it doesn't always end up being even close to that much. But yeah, so this guy's got a ranged attack. That's what I thought. But, okay. Oh, boom! Critical hit for 3. There's another crit, 360 something. And then I'm healing with whatever this second one is, but that's Earth, yeah. So apparently these spiders are healing from Earth damage, so I guess keep that in mind. But they seem to be pretty weak against, yeah, like really weak against fire. Crit like crazy there. And that was 155 on a regular hit. Almost done. We almost caught this guy. Ah! Out of AP. Out of AP, no. Oh, and then he was petrified there. Mudlord doesn't look like he's actually petrified. And that seems weird that he would be vulnerable to petrification. Because he's a Mudlord, you know, right? Seems like they'd be... Oh, whatever. They very well might be. Alright, so what did I get there? Oh, this is just a bunch of crap that I don't need. Ugh. Sad there. Obviously, I got a gold to drop there, but it was a dagger, and I'm not obviously using daggers, so that's a shame. But all right, so that's it. Wow, boy, this video went pretty quick. What was this? Three battles, and that's about it. But all right, so we might have some an interesting next couple of videos here. I'm curious because, like I said, I'm gonna end up getting blown up here really quick, and I'm not sure where my footage is actually gonna pick up again. So I guess we'll see. Ah, this is it. So here you'll have it. So this is what happens when you're not paying attention. Boom! Oh, Medora lived, but unfortunately, since she's not one of the main characters, I died. So anyways, hope the guide was helpful. Hope you join me for more videos, and thanks for watching.